Well, I'm glad you're talking about your exploits in mountain biking because I'm going to talk a little bit about something kind of similar, fitness related.
Swimming? I know you're going to talk about swimming.
Yeah.
Which, when I think about mountain biking, I always just skip to thinking about swimming.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're related?
Yeah, well, they're both activities.
Okay.
You know.
Yep.
Okay, my back, you know, if you've heard me talk about this before, my back is bad. I have back issues. I have recurrent chronic back issues.
You have back rot.
I hope not.
Well, see, I'm putting it in perspective.
Is there like a boil back there?
It could be worse. It's starting to smell. You're gonna have to cut all that rotten flesh out.
I don't have gangrene of the back. No, that's not what I have. I just have.
What do you have?
I don't know. I wish I knew. I just have.
But don't you feel better about it now that I told you about the gross stuff?
Yeah, at least I don't have gangrene of the back, and now my life is suddenly better. I have a lot of back issues, muscular, skeletor. I want to say I have skeletor issues of the back.
My back talks like Skeletor.
Skeletal issues of the back, and so. But I also like to try to be I would like to be in shape. Haven't been since high school, okay?
Okay.
I haven't done anything active on a consistent basis since I played basketball in high school. But I flirt with it. You know, we've talked about how I flirted with hot yoga, and then we moved from that area of town, and I'm no longer next to a hot yoga studio. I've moved on.
And by flirting with it, you mean like, hey, baby. You look like exercise.
Well, or you look hot would be a real good joke there.
What's up? No, I'm not. It's you're flirting with exercise itself or fitness?
Fitness of all kinds.
Hey, concept of fitness. You look hot.
Well, no, the yoga would be hot. That was a hot yoga. I was really trying to throw you a softball there.
Oh, I'm afraid of softballs. My stepsister hit me in the face with a softball once.
Really?
Yeah. I pitched it to her and she slammed back in my face.
At least it wasn't a baseball, a hard ball.
Well, they're bigger. It's even worse.
So I try occasionally to think, well, maybe I'm going to run a little bit. And what happens when, we've got the park out here and you can kind of run around the park. I do that for 2 or 3 days and then my back hurts and my knees hurt because I'm a giant, and I've got back problems. I've got knee issues. I'm just getting old. I'm decrepit. I've got back gangrene, as we've already established. But I was watching the U.S. Olympic trials, and they were swimming, and I was like,
"That's one of the events, right?"
Swimming.
Is this news to you?
No, it hit me.
Okay.
Swimming, and you know what? And we've begun taking our kids to the public pool out here.
It's right out there,
and
you could jump off your roof and maybe land in the pool.
No, I couldn't make it. I'm not a good jumper. I'm also not Superman. It's like 200 yards.
But I have heard that swimming is good for people who have bad backs.
Right, because you only carry like 10% of your weight or something. It's like walking on the moon when you go into the pool. In fact, that's how astronauts practice moonwalks, is in a pool.
There's no water on the moon.
In a Speedo. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to go and let me see how early they open, and I'm going to go tomorrow morning and just swim some laps, for some exercise. That'll be easy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? I don't have goggles. And I got really sensitive eyes. So I'm like, well, I got to go get some goggles. So I go down to the Sports Authority down the road. And I go to the goggles section. I grab just, the cheapest Speedo goggles that they've got. A lot of children yelling outside the door. Do they want to get in?
They love your story. I don't know if you can hear them, but they're cheering.
And
some kind of a camp.
Some sort of game over there in the pool, actually, probably.
Yeah.
And so I grab the goggles, and then as I'm about to walk out, I look over and I notice the swim trunks. The swimming trunks.
Oh, no. No, you didn't.
Tight swim trunks.
Speedo.
And it hits me, I'm like, do I need those? Am I just going to go swim laps in board shorts? Or am I going to go all out? Am I going to get a Speedo and go over there? So I'm like, well, let me just look at them. Put your fears at rest, because I did not purchase a tight-fitting swimming suit.
But you looked at them.
I looked at them. They cost $50. The cheapest one is $50. $50 to put some boxer briefs on. Now they're not just like bikini. They do have bikini briefs, but now they're, for the guys at least, they're like, you've seen Michael Phelps swim. They go down to your knees.
Okay.
Almost. Anyway.
$50, that's kind of steep.
So I just kept my board shorts. This morning I wake up, I go over there at 7 a.m. I go to the pool, And of course, as we established, there's a lot of people in Los Angeles. I'm thinking, no one else is going to be swimming at 7 a.m. What are they, a bunch of freaks?
Yes.
Yeah. So many people already swimming that I have to share a lane with an old man. I actually looked and I was like, well, there's 3 people in this lane.
How do you share a lane?
You swim in this big circle and you pass by each other repeatedly. There's all these young people who are kind of tearing it up in the water. I'm like, well, I'm not getting in that lane. But there's a man with white hair who looks like he's about to die in the water. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get in his lane because, I feel better about myself. I can keep up. We can sort of be on the same pace because I've never done this before. I haven't really done competitive or
maybe you
fitness swimming in quite some time.
Maybe you could save his life if he started to have problems.
So I get down and I jump into the water and I kind of see him and kind of like, I'm giving him the obligatory, I'm in your lane, here I come, watch out.
I'm doing this on purpose. We'll
get my goggles on, I got my board shorts on. He's got on a Speedo, of course. Old man in a Speedo.
$50.
And I start swimming in a 50-meter pool. This was official link pool. I go down the first 50 meters. I'm like, get to the end. I'm like, that was more difficult than I anticipated. But
it's because you're wearing parachutes for shorts.
Well,
you needed a Speedo.
It's more than that. I turn around and I come back down. I get halfway. So I've gone 75 meters. I get halfway and it hits me. I'm like, I don't know if I can make it to the other side.
You were getting winded?
Oh, I was. And so I'm like, well, I can't stop in the middle of the pool. There's a lifeguard watching. This is my reputation's on the line. I gotta make it to 100 meters.
Yeah.
So I make it 100 meters and then I'm like, all right, let me take a break. I stop and I'm like.
And you passed the dude twice, right?
Yeah. So far, we just we passed. Mm-hmm. I'll get to what happens later. So then I'm like, okay, well, all right. That was more difficult than I anticipated, and I kind of sit there and, oh, this really takes it out of you,
You got out of the pool and just
No. I'm just standing up at the end. I got my, like the Olympic swimmers do. They kind of put their arm up on the
smoke a cigarette
thing and hug the other person. I didn't do that. I just sort of sat there and. Like, okay, well, here we go. Let's do this again. This time.
You didn't hug anybody.
No, it's all
I made it 100 yards.
It's meters.
Who are you?
It's meters.
Okay.
Yeah, they changed that in like 1954.
That's even shorter.
So now I'm going, all right, lap 2.
Okay.
So now I take off and I'm like, man, this, I get halfway down. I'm like, this is harder than I thought it would be. And I'm still going though. I'm not going to stop in the middle of the pool. Mm-hmm. And then I pass him one more time and I'm like, he's further along.
You didn't pass him, you met him.
I met him, but he was closer to me than I anticipated. And so then I come back, and I'm coming back the other way, and I make it about 20 yards, almost halfway, and I'm like, I've got to switch to breaststroke.
Oh.
I've got to go to breaststroke because I might sink. I think I might sink. And so I started going to breaststroke. Next thing I know, there was an elderly man passing me.
Oh, no.
Doing freestyle, and he gives me a look with the goggles, it's like in his little Speedo, just passing me. That man continued to swim at the same pace, just freestyle, he was swimming when I got there, and let me tell you, he was swimming when I left too.
Oh, wow.
I did breaststroke for another couple of laps, and then I was like, maybe I should just be easing into this, and maybe I should get a Speedo.
Or maybe you should just never go back.
Oh, I'm going back. Because, listen, here's what hit me.
You're going to get a Speedo and go back?
Well, no, this is what hit me. This is serious. If you and I, those stories about two men's boat capsizes in the Gulf of Mexico, and they tread water for 2 days. Listen, if we were out in the Gulf of Mexico and our boat turned over, they wouldn't find us. There wouldn't be some great story about we swam 10 miles to shore. Like, 2 men found dead floating next to capsized boat in the Gulf of Mexico. Because, listen, I'm not a good swimmer. Well, I am a good swimmer, but I can only go so far, and I get winded. I know I could outswim you. Could you, the 2 of us out there?
And that's supposed to make you feel good?
No, it makes me feel scared because...
Yeah, well, we need to take the old gray-haired man with us.
You know
whenever we go in the Gulf.
How often we go boating in the Gulf.
Yeah, I know.
At least I've always thought we should do that.
You need to make friends with that guy.
And I'm worried about our safety, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to get a Speedo, and I'm going to get good at this.
No pictures, please.
You asked us questions, and we answered them right
I got
now.
One. Gretchen Bird asks, what kind of new pool games to play at a pool party? ?
It's kind of not really a question, but I get it.
I am tired of Marco Polo and categories all the time.
Great question, Gretchen. You know, the pool can get boring. I mean, let's just face it, it's just a big tub of water.
It's just, and the water's not even going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
well, it goes into some holes in the side, and then it comes back out through the very bottom.
You can get stuck on those. That's a bad
Not
scene
me.
when you get stuck on those.
Speak for yourself. I ain't gonna get stuck on.
But when you're not too busy getting stuck on pool drains, you play games and have fun in a pool. And
do you?
People do. People play pool games. I did growing up. Well, it's time to update those pool games.
Categories, apparently.
Marco Polo, yes, that's a great one. We've got an update on that one, and that is Marco YOLO. Not to disappoint you, but it's pretty much Marco Polo, but you say YOLO instead of Polo. You break that out. Listen. You bring that idea to your local pool,
Marco.
You will be the coolest person.
Marco.
At YOLO.
Marco.
YOLO.
Marco.
YOLO. You do that, everybody's gonna be like, Timmy's a genius, and you'll be cool until you graduate. Timmy or Tammy, it doesn't matter whether you're a Tammy or a Timmy.
Not that one was bad, but do you have any other ones?
Shark. This is where one person takes a fake fin and holds it under the water and goes around biting people. And the game is over when you draw blood.
I think the game should start when you draw blood, because that's what brings the sharks in.
Gets more sharks.
So
if you get bit, then you have to get a fin and then you bite other people until the whole pool is full of sharks.
It's not like zombie sharks.
Zombie sharks is another one I just came up with.
Well, I came up with it. I said zombie sharks.
Hey, this is a collaborative process.
You have another one?
Zombie sharks, H-bomb. This is where everyone gets out of the pool and you do a coordinated cannonball.
That's rock the pool, man.
No, rock the pool is constant. Rock the pool is everybody jumping in off the diving board, rock the pool. H-bomb is everybody gets on the side of the pool, not in the two best people, the two heaviest people get on the diving boards. And then everyone else gets around and then you're like, 3, 2, 1, H-bomb, boom!
So the goal, you've won when all the water gets displaced out of the pool.
Yeah.
Got another one?
Probably physically impossible. Crossing the Delaware. Not really a game, it's just a historical reenactment of the time Washington crossed the Delaware.
Oh, costuming is going to be difficult.
Only one person needs to dress as Washington.
The powdered wigs are not going to do well in the chlorine.
Use a raft.
Use a raft as a wig?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pool. You just, a raft and a pool noodle for a sword.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
That they use the raft as the boat.
Yeah.
And then maybe for a powdered wig, I don't have any ideas.
The mop from the closet. There's a closet for like cleaning things up. Put the mop on your head, you're George Washington. And finally,
that's it. Oh, there's another one.
Stop the leaking oil barge. This is an environmental lesson in game.
Ooh.
When you take a two-man inflatable raft, you fill it up with motor oil, right about to go over the brim, and then one person goes out and stabs it with something, pair of scissors from the office, whatever, and it begins to leak, and then you gotta fix it. And that is followed by a second game, which is clean up the oil slick, because some of it will get out there. And I don't recommend this unless you know the pool owner. Maybe if you are the pool owner, you should do this one, but teach some kids some lessons. I'm just trying to make the world a better place. Get off my back.
I'm gonna go with Marco YOLO.
Okay.
Let's just say that one. Do you have a question for me?
Matt Easter or Eister says, how can I pee in the pool without getting caught?
Matt, why do you want to pee in the pool? Why does anybody pee in the pool? What is the motive here? I mean, the convenience, is it really worth it? I guess if you get away with it. If people start being like, oh, what's this warm spot right next to Timmy?
Yeah.
Well, Timmy, you
don't want that.
What you do is you can't just camp out in one place because they're gonna see it all over your face. The I'm peeing face, which is kind of like.
You definitely don't make a noise. Don't go.
And don't slightly cross your eyes. That's always happens to me when I pee in the ocean. My eyes cross a little bit. You've got to swim and pee. Okay, you've got to distribute the warm.
Tough to do. It's tough to release
liquid. That's what you've got to do.
But once you start, you just don't stop. And
swim
finally,
and pee it.
Carrie Johnson says, "What is the most impressive way to enter the pool?" Well, Carrie, that's easy. The triple Lindy. I went to the Keith Hill's pool as a child. That was my pool, and I went there every single day during the summer, it seemed like. I mean, multiple times a week. And pool games that was the big thing.
So because your parents were members of Keith Hill's Country Club or whatever.
Or whatever, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, a big country club.
Like, I couldn't go to that pool, is kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, we lived right next to it, so I mean, it kind of made sense. You calling me a country club kid?
No, I'm just saying I was bitter because I would hear about all the fun at the
But you went to the Lillington pool.
No, I went to the Hidden Valley pool in Angier.
That's a country club too.
Right, I'm not dogging country clubs.
Well, rewind the tape. You're like, you went to the country club pool. Well, you went to the country club too. There's probably more people at Hidden Valley.
Have you seen the Hidden Valley Country Club?
Okay, maybe Keith Lowe's is a little bit better of a country club than Hidden Valley.
But that's not my point. Was I didn't know anybody, and I hated the pool. Like whenever we would go,
Really?
Like, to this day, I don't like getting in pools because I never have found a way to have a good time until you came up with Marco
Shark?
YOLO
Oh.
and oil rig or whatever that was. Did we get in a pool? Oh yeah, we got.
We did. But let's talk about this because, I mean,
As a kid,
I would obsess about the pool, and specifically when I say that, I mean pool games. I'm not talking about like
rock the pool and.
I mean, sure. Like I like to look at the girls in their bathing suits. I mean, that was part of the deal. But I didn't do the creepy thing like put the goggles on and go under. I had no goggles. And do goggles.
But you just open your eyes.
But I went to the pool to play and win pool games like Marco Polo. Cross the Pool. Cross the Pool was the game that we played. I don't know, maybe it's not very sophisticated, but
Cross the pool without getting tagged.
The way the Keith Hills pool worked is the diving board section, the deep end, was smaller, and somebody's and they're in the middle, and you're just trying to cross the pool. And the last person to get across, if you get tagged, then you join the force of people trying to stop. And I was so long that I'd dive, and like 2 seconds later, I'd touch the other side of the pool. So it was like a bullet looking for its spot. And I would like think about this. I would think about my strategy, like tomorrow, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna wait until Charles Sheffield goes and does this, because he's always gonna do that. I'm gonna do, Brooks Lee's gonna do this.
Really?
Dude, I obsessed about that kind of thing.
And I would go, like if there would be parties at the Keith Hills pool, like some people, members, they would have parties, pool parties.
Members only.
They'd have, and so people like me could come as a kid. And
Underlings.
I would come to the pool parties and you'd be playing these games that you guys would play every single day and I would never play. And I was just afraid of drowning the whole time. Like my mom hit her, I think I've told this before, my mom hit her head on the bottom of the pool when she was a kid and almost drowned, and then she never swam. She cannot swim. And she has a fear of it.
But you swim fine.
I can swim fine, but I was never properly trained to swim. And I'm not good at like holding my breath and going under, and it makes me very uncomfortable to hold my breath and go underwater.
Well,
Like
we can do that.
There's like a panic type of thing happening.
Well, we can do a whole episode about that.
Yeah, put snakes in the pool too, yeah. So I was terrified of these games. Of course I'm not competitive anyway, so like everything was working against me ever thinking any of this could be fun.
So you were just
Unfortunately,
tortured. You would go
yeah.
to the pool and you just, man, boy, I wish you could just go back and I could know that this, because you never told me any of this. Like you never once said anything like, I don't like this, man. I'm not into this. It was just like, I was always like, once we were at the pool.
What would you have done?
I'm sorry, buddy. I mean, I would have been like, come on, dude, don't be that way. Just play the game and get good at it, and then it'll be fun. That's what I would have said. I wouldn't have, I'm not saying I would have been able to offer emotional support at that age. And I wasn't thinking about you when I was there. I was thinking about winning. And that was the only thing I was thinking about. But if you had told me that, like, we go to the pool, and I like, how do you do that cross the pool thing, man? I'm scared to go underwater. I'm scared of drowning. My mom, I found this out last year about your mom. Like, you didn't tell me anything. You just clammed up, man. If we go back, I'd be like, hey, tell me how you feel, man. I mean, I'm gonna go back. You know what? I watched X-Men.
I don't think it would change anything.
I watched X-Men.
You'd feel sorry for her.
And what's-her-face can basically send somebody's conscious back to an earlier version of themselves. And I feel like maybe we should look into trying to figure out how to do that. And I can send my conscious back into the little rat and talk to the little Link and be like, hey man, I know you haven't told me this, but I know that you don't enjoy the pool.
No.
You're gonna drown.
I turned out okay. I really
You could have had a lot more fun.
I really enjoyed going to the river. and there was swimming involved in the river, but it was a totally different thing.
And it was actually life-threatening.
It was actually life-threatening.
That was what you should have been scared of.
Right.
We should have died.
Like, I really enjoyed that. But
you were also
the
older
pool,
by that point.
The pool was not, yeah, it was like, okay. The games just didn't strike my fancy. And the holding of the breath didn't strike my fancy. It's just the way it was.
What are you looking at?
There was something, go like that. I thought you had, it's just a hair that's just pointing out. It's right here.
Well, sorry I can't help you out.
Didn't mean to change the subject with my eye contact.
Now,
with your beard.
what about your kids though? Because as a father now.
Well, interestingly enough, Christy grew up loving the pool. She was every summer she was a lifeguard at the pool, and the pool that she went to, it had a huge slide.
She could have saved you if you just met earlier.
Outside of Kinston, they had she saved many lives. They had a big slide and they had a big
You kind of scared me a little bit with the pencil.
Big rope swing. And she saved Jerry Stackhouse's cousin's life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Some people will know who Jerry Stackhouse is.
He's still in the NBA, isn't he?
I think he probably retired like in the past 2 years or so.
Oh, really?
Maybe 3 years.
Maybe
longer than that.
She said a lot of people would take the swing and then their pants would fall down.
And you have to save them?
She got quite a lesson in anatomy as a young lifeguard by saving people whose pants had fallen down.
You don't necessarily immediately begin drowning when you lose your trunks. It's just
well, if they're around your ankles,
yeah,
you start to drown pretty quickly.
Unless you could do the butterfly.
Or you're a mermaid. Of course, mermaids don't wear
need
pants.
They have scales.
But when your pants drop to your ankles, it's kind of like being a mermaid. It's kind of what I'm saying.
But to finish the question though, you have children who go to the pool.
I do not have children, actually.
They all
That's
can
a
swim.
myth.
Well, the 2 older ones can swim. The younger one will be able to swim soon. They're not scared of water. They all hold their breath, right?
Oh yeah, they all hold their breath, but I mean, some of my kids are more timid than other of my kids. Put it that way.
But you're taking that into account, is what I'm saying. Like you're
yeah,
like,
we try to foster. Hey, let's go.
I'm not gonna reinforce the fear. I'm gonna help them conquer it.
Yeah, and like Christy gives them like swimming lessons. She teaches them how to swim. Like I was never actually taught how to swim.
Right.
I would just like kind of I would go to the Keithos pool and I would observe how people were swimming and I would try to imitate it. Yeah, it's like it's pretty straightforward, right? Yeah. It's not so much this, it's more of this, and then like if you watch me swim to this day, there's probably something very funny about it.
I'm telling you, we should do a swimming episode. I mean, we should do some kind of pool. We should go to a pool. We should. I mean,
teach Link how to. I can dead man's float really.
There should be. I don't know. We should let's just go to a pool and play shark. You're it.
So I'm bleeding.
No, you're the shark.